Salas, and this is my sister-in-law Janet, my brother Aaron, and my mom Cindy. Today I will be talking about the causes of drug addiction and the effects of drug addiction and the treatment for drug addiction. No matter who you are or where you come from, drug addiction can affect people in low-class neighborhoods as well as people in high-class neighborhoods. Drug addiction can begin in different ways for different people. Once drug addiction begins, it can affect many aspects of a person's daily life. According to the Foundation for a Drug-Free World, prescription drug use has the highest percentage of deaths due to drug overdose. In researching this speech, I have learned how serious of a disease drug addiction really is. And so today I will inform you of the causes, the effects, and the treatment for drug addiction. No person uses a drug with the intention of becoming addicted, but there are factors that contribute to a person becoming an addict. The environment a person is surrounded in can contribute to them wanting to use drugs, and can also contribute to the frequency at which they're using drugs as to where if they weren't surrounded in that environment. According to the Mayo Clinic staff, if a child has easy access to a drug, they are at a high risk for becoming a drug addict. People who surround themselves with groups of friends or groups of other people that use drugs are also more likely to begin using drugs themselves. In addition, a person's family can also contribute to them becoming an addict depending on the family atmosphere, bond within the family, structure of authority, and family happiness in general. Without the correct balance of all these things, a high-stress environment can be created. When a person's in a high-stress environment, they may turn to the use of drugs to remove some of their stress and remove them from their reality. Genetics also plays a role in a person becoming a drug addict. According to addictionsandrecovery.org, a child who has parents who are drug addicts are 8 times more likely to become drug addicts themselves. The website also stated that a person can begin using drugs on their own, but the genes that they inherit can influence them into addiction. It also stated that if a person's brain is wired to be addicted to one drug, the brain's wired to be addicted to all drugs. So now that I've explained the causes of drug addiction, I will now be explaining the effects drug addiction can have on a person's life. Drug use can affect a person's health and behavior. Drug use can affect a person's health by weakening their immune system and causing the person to become more susceptible to infections. According to the Gateway Foundation, drug use causes a person's liver to have to work more extensively and can lead to damage or even liver failure. It can also affect the cardiovascular system by causing heart attacks, collapsed veins, and infections to the blood vessels and heart valves. The Gateway Foundation also stated that drug use can cause damage to the brain, which then leads to troubles in everyday life. Drug use can also affect a person's behavior by causing them to be paranoid, have hallucinations, have loss of self-control, and become aggressive. People also can end up becoming homeless from drug addiction because behavioral problems can lead to the loss of their job and connections with their family. So when a person loses their job, it creates a high stress environment, which then leads to more frequent drug use, which then leads to no money and eventually the loss of their house. According to the National Coalition for Homelessness, in 25 cities, 68% of cities said that the leading cause of homelessness was drug addiction. While drug addiction can lead to homelessness, it can also lead to death. There are more deaths from drug addiction than there are from any other preventable health condition. The Foundation for a Drug-Free World said that in 2005, 22,400 people died from drug overdose. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention stated that every day in the United States, 113 people die as a result of drug overdose, and another 6,748 are treated in emergency departments for the misuse or abuse of drugs. So, without treatment, drug addiction can lead to a long life of unhappiness or a life unexpectedly cut short. But drug addiction is a disease that can be cured and therefore alter a person's future. Treatment has to begin with an addict willing to admit that they have an addiction. Helpguide.org stated that an addict can be helped by them keeping track of their drug use to see how big of a role drug use actually plays. And talking with someone they trust can also have them understand the situation from an outsider's point of view. And they must be willing to begin treatment and ready to start the process to recovery. Every addiction comes with its own unique situation, so every treatment must be able to suit the person comfortably in order for them to be able to recover. So, in summary, I have informed you of the effects that drug addiction can have on a person's living situation, their health and behavior, and even the length of their life. So, while drug addiction is the leading cause of death and preventable disease, we can make a positive difference in the amount of lives lost. Thank you.